Hey guys, so I'm going to show the technique that I did against Mackenzie Dern at CJI. So we're going to start off here. I'm going to start with the collar tie first of all, because I want to have a nice safe distance. And whenever I'm engaging with my partner and I'm going here, I don't want to go in with a solid collar tie immediately. That's usually going to get my partner to back up and panic, particularly in jiu-jitsu where my partner isn't always inclined to want to wrestle with me. So I'm going to go in with a light collar tie. I'm just balancing my forearm onto the side of their neck and I'm keeping my hand fairly loose because when I want to use it, I want to be able to add some sort of pop in my grip, right? So if I'm constantly pulling down really heavy, he's going to retreat and back away from me and not engage as much. So I'm going to keep this fairly nice and loose here until I'm ready to use it. And I'm going to start to reach for the far tricep. So what I'm looking to do here is I'm going to start to bait catching this far leg. So obviously here it's not a very strong idea to start to try and entangle the leg and go for a single leg. But all I'm looking to do is create a reaction for my partner to load themselves up onto my hip. So when we're looking for a hip toss, if I'm immediately trying to get in really tight here and I'm forcing my hips across, you can see that Nico's now moving his hip backwards. And if I try and hip toss him here, he's usually going to slip and then end up behind me. So that's one of the big risks, especially in jiu-jitsu. When I'm using this lat grip here around the head, it's very risky in terms of if I lose this, I'm now in a rear body lock. So when I'm here and I'm engaging, I'm just holding onto the tricep, I'm moving around, I'm going to reach, slap the knee, and that's going to encourage my partner to circle on the outside of me, right? So he's going to try to move back in this direction, and that's going to take his leg far away from me. So I'm here, I'm holding the tricep, I reach for that leg, and now look, Nico's circled behind me. When he goes here, I'm now going to catch his tricep and I'm going to start to rotate and pull my arm up towards me here. So I'm going to start to load his tricep along my body. And as I do this, my far arm is going to reach across the lat. So I'm gripping really strong here at the lat, here, so that now it's a much better purchase point. If I grab around the head, it's a much easier slipping point from the circle behind me. So once I have the lat here, I'm really focusing on pulling his tricep across my body because again, if I just try and go for a hip toss with a lower grip, say at the wrist, and I throw here, see how much easier it is to slip behind me. So I'm making sure I'm pulling his tricep up, sort of like loading it across my hip, and now my leg is currently sort of in the center of his 2 feet. I'm going to bring it in, my back leg, replace, and then I'm going to do a big chop on the outside. So rather than planting my foot as like a really common hip toss here, or planting it in the center like this, okay, I find that particularly if your partner's a little bit taller than you, like just a little bit too high, I'm now going to add in a harai gosh here. So I'm lifting my back leg. So as I step in, I replace, my back leg is going to lift, and that's going to give me additional height to overturn his hips. So I'm here, and I get my hip toss. So as I'm throwing him, so as I add this motion here, my upper body is just as important. So obviously I need to get my hips in nice and low. As I lower my level and I add my chop, I also need to rotate my upper body. This is going to add and then make sure that he starts to fall with me. So when I'm here, he circles, I step in. I'm also now going to pull really heavy on his tricep and rotate my shoulders down towards the mat here. And that's going to give me additional height to help just make sure the last few inches lift off the floor. Okay guys, so thanks so much. If you are able to see this video, it means that you signed up to my newsletter. So I want to say a massive thank you, and I hope that you're looking forward to seeing the rest of the site.